how the perception on Google and how you can make an impact on what people see in terms of you and your profile on Google. The next thing I want to talk about is LinkedIn. How many of you are on LinkedIn? That's not nearly enough. Really, LinkedIn, nowadays, I think every last one of you needs to be on LinkedIn. And the reason why is because LinkedIn is basically a permanent stamp of your reputation and your experience in the workplace. So it's one thing to have a paper resume that you can hand out, and it's one thing to have a paper letter of recommendation, but it's something completely different when somebody is willing to vouch for you in digital ink, and they can do that on LinkedIn. Because the second anything goes on the web, it's permanent. And so that's the kind of thing that I think everybody, especially early on in your career, needs to get involved in. So I figured not a lot of you were involved, so I want to give you a little bit of a lesson on LinkedIn and kind of some of the things that you can get involved in. So, all right, here is my LinkedIn page. Go to my profile. Okay, so the first thing is that I use this as a recruiter a lot of times. I have a lot of students that I'm connected with on LinkedIn, so I'll put where I'm going to be so that they can see some of my, where I'm going to be on, if I'm going to be on their campus, and they can come meet with me. But one of the things I think that it's really important to know here is your headline at the very top. So see, it says Natalie Brees, Experienced University Recruiter. I didn't put Natalie Brees, University Ambassador Example, because that's going to be showing in my job descriptions and my experience. What I want people to see first is, I want something catchy. I'm experienced in university recruiting. You could put, if you're a student and you don't have a lot of job experience, you could put very eager marketing senior looking for a job in a fast-paced environment, or go-getter, looking for this type of career. So you can use that to your advantage as kind of a one-liner that's going to attract somebody, and want to read more about you. So, and then the next thing on LinkedIn that you can put your you're going to have your connections, you can put your education, your past job experience, if you have Twitter, all that, your links to your company's website, and then a summary. So since I use mine a lot for my job, I usually put what our career opportunities are, but you can use that as kind of a summary of your knowledge and your experience. So that's kind of almost like what you use a cover page for, or a cover letter. So rather than, this is kind of your little snapshot of what you have to offer and your experience. The next thing is your experience. So you're going to want to put information about, your job experience, what you've done, what your roles are, and don't be afraid to brag. Don't obviously put anything that's false, but you can brag about your accomplishments, brag about some of your projects, your experience. This is a great place to do that. This is what people are looking for. This is basically, kind of like your, a page that you can boast about yourself and talk about what you have to offer and why somebody should want to hire you. So you have an opportunity to do that with your experience. Another great thing about using LinkedIn is you can actually see who has looked at your profile. So I can actually see that in the past 5 days, these people have looked at my profile. Now, it's kind of cool because, I don't know any of these people, but it looks like there's other recruiters that are looking at my page, there's recent graduates that are, so it kind of gives me a better understanding of, who's seeing this. And the more information that you have on your LinkedIn profile, the more exposure you're going to get, because it's going to come up, people show up on the side, you might want to check out this person, and the more information you have, the more likely you're going to show up on that side page, and then get connection back. So what that is you can somebody can actually recommend you on your LinkedIn. So like mine, you can see somebody has recommended me, they think I'm a good employee, and they actually vouch for me here on LinkedIn. So that's another great thing. If you do an internship, don't be afraid to ask for a recommendation. I mean, they should want, if you did a great job there, they should want to provide you with that because they're going to want to see you be successful. So there's actually, you see it right there on the right-hand side where it says ask for You just click on that. You can put in the person's name. You have to be connected with them in order to get that. But once you've connected with them, you can actually ask for that recommendation. They can write something up for you. And once you approve it, it'll show up on your page. Another great way to get recommendations is to give recommendations. So if you give somebody a recommendation, maybe one of your fellow interns or a boss or anything like that, as soon as you write a recommendation for them, they get it, they can approve it, and then they'll prompt it. It'll say, would you like to write a recommendation for them as well? So that's another thing you can do. And I can tell you just from firsthand experience, we hire a lot of students at our company. On our marketing team, our director of marketing, if he gets a resume and goes to his LinkedIn profile and sees that that student looked him up on LinkedIn, they automatically get him. Because he knows that they're forward thinking. They know it's important. They are doing just as much research on him as he's doing on them. So it's something that I think everybody needs to be involved in. Now, there's a couple of other big things on LinkedIn that I think that you should be aware of. One is that there is a really great group that you can join. LinkedIn has a ton of different groups you can join. One of the ones I think that all of you should be doing is one called Students and Recent Grads. See, it has right now it's almost 27,000 members. So all you do is you put that name in. You're gonna scroll down to groups, put that name in, and you can actually join this group. And there are tons of job opportunities that are posted here. So you can see there's one right here. She is recruiting right now for a job. You can go to her page and see, where she's in the United Kingdom, so that might not be the best one. But there's a lot of people that post jobs in here. I post jobs on here. So it's a great. Here's one in New York City. So this is one you can join, and it's automatically going to send you updates in your email. So once you're part of LinkedIn, in every group that you're part of, it'll automatically send you an email. Usually it could be once a day, once a week, telling you any activity that's happened on that page. So if you're connected to this group, it's going to send you the job opportunities. So you really want to get into Captain Creative, which I'm super excited about, is they actually have a site specifically for college students and recent grads to look for jobs. This is completely free, and since it's new, it's actually completely free for the employers as well. So there's a lot of incentive for us to want to apply here, or post our jobs here. So what you do on this page is you're going to go to linkedin.com/studentjobs, and this is what you're going to see when you first get to that page. So the first thing it's going to ask you is, what kind of job are you looking for? So say you're looking for a job in sales. You'll click sales, and then you'll search jobs. Now, once you get to that page, you can search by people that you're connected to. You can search by company. You can search by location. So say you were interested in enterprise. They do a lot of it here. So now you can see all of their postings for their summer internships and their job opportunities. You can even go down and pick if you want to be in a certain area. So say you want to be in New York City, or say you just want to be in the United States, and then you want to you can put, say you want to be in Phoenix. Now you can actually see what they have that's available there. So that's another thing, another great resource for you is you can see all that. And I actually just posted a job here, I think it was yesterday, and I think it blasted out my email to all the students who had expressed an interest in social media. Because in one day, I got like 75 responses, because there's students seeing it from all over the country. So that's another really good resource for all of you to look into. Okay, now I mentioned at the beginning that one of the biggest tools and most important things to take away from building yourself in social media is how you can connect with senior leaders. And I want to show you a short video about somebody who did an absolutely brilliant job connecting with some of the biggest names and some of the biggest creative directors in the country to get a job. I don't think everybody